So, good morning and welcome to Webinar Wednesday. This is the first time we've ever done one in March, Alistair.
It is the first time in March. I know, 2021, approaching the 1 year on, is it not?
Yeah, it will be, yeah. Yeah, we need to look up when the first time we did one of these.
We do.
So we can have a celebration, but I think it was April, wasn't it? It was April sometime.
I think so. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
As we approach the 1 year on, who'd have thought it, eh? 1 year on.
I know. Absolutely. Anyway, welcome to those people who are watching this live. Reminder that you can watch it on Facebook, YouTube, and on Citizen Network TV now. So we have 3 different places you can actually access Webinar Wednesday. So
yeah. And
today we have our guests joining us as normal about 11:05. And today's guests, Alistair?
So today's guests are a couple. So that's Mark Hinton and Chloe Taylor, who have got involved with quite a lot of our stuff, the stay up late stuff and the regulars on the Feel Good Friday, and also No Labels, No Walls, as Mark's got involved with. So, and Chloe, just to hear a little bit about their story of their lockdown, trying to stay together as a couple, and some of the things that have got in the way during lockdown, and just having a think about what that means for other people's experiences. So, looking forward to that.
Yeah, okay. And here's our first comment coming in. But so it's just a reminder to anyone who hasn't been here live before that you can, as long as you're watching it live, you can make comments and ask any questions as well if you've got any questions.
Yeah, we like that. We like people to just have a say, because we'll be talking about a variety of things, and if you've just got anything at all that you think you want us to just expand upon, or just have your own say, then it's brilliant if you can just comment away. So what have you been up to this week yourself, Keith?
What have I been up to? I've been up to my normal variety of different online meetings. That's what I've been up to. Writing, talking, and various online meetings in relation to different things. I've got a Social Work Scotland meeting this afternoon. We're looking at planning some of the, probably mentioned before, but we're looking at some lunchtime sessions towards the end of March, the 24th and the 25th of March for children's services and for people interested in self-directed support for children, young people and families. So we're trying to get that fixed and the flyer up for that. I've been downloading some music from around the world in preparation for this Friday's Stay Up Late Scotland music session. So 9 p.m. on Friday with Michael. This week with people from Los Angeles, England, Scotland, Finland. So really our the usual countries that we get music from. So, but we've got some other stuff sent into us again this month. We always seem to get to this stage of the month and think, okay, we've got just about enough to do that show, so that's good. So,
yes, it's the Wayne's World thing. Invite them and they will come.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and then we've got New Routes Home meeting, haven't we, tomorrow as well?
We've got New Routes Home, yes, and because we're going to have a launch next week, I think. So that's going to be some interesting stuff, and we're going to be catching up with John Dalrymple and Fran Brown about their.
Oh, that's next week's Webinar Wednesday, isn't it, Alistair?
It is next week's Webinar Wednesday. It was a good link there.
Yeah, there is. And today we are usually after Webinar Wednesday we have the STS Collective, don't we?
We do, yes.
The STS Collective, which is individuals, organisations, and anyone who's wanting to get together to advocate for self-directed sport, working as all our aspirations would be, and as the policy and practice, policy and national legislation would say it should work. That's been, the collective's been going for quite a while, but since lockdown, it's been it's been going on a weekly basis as a online meeting, and it's just from this week. It's just gone back to fortnightly, hasn't it? So
yeah, and I think that's part of the discussion at last week's session was just how busy everybody is, and sometimes because people try and turn things around quite quickly, and sometimes there's a lot of actions on people. Because for anybody who hasn't been, I guess it's that thing about we try and discuss some of the stuff that's come out, people's experiences, how we can respond, and if there's any information that people can share with one another. So it's quite an action-focused discussion a lot of the time, and so one of the concerns was that by the time you get the minutes out, so you're into the next week, and sometimes there's not enough time, so sometimes things are getting put back. So I think a fortnightly is probably a bit better as well, because everybody's so busy as well, just to make it a better chance to get through everything and make sure. But there was never an expectation, was there, that you would have to go every week anyway?
No, not at all. No. So I think
anybody who hasn't tried it could just come along, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So if anybody wants to find out more about it first, get in touch with us. And if anybody is interested in coming along, then get in touch with us, and we'll make sure that they can get the link to join future meetings, because it is a mix of people who have their own personal lived experience of self-directed support, and organisations principally who are providing information, advice, and support for other people, and advocacy organisations. So it's a mixture of people from all those settings, isn't it? With all those different interests, rather. So if anybody is interested in coming along to future meetings, then definitely get in touch. I mean, this week we are one of the things that we're doing this week is reviewing the statement of intent, which was the original self-directed support SDS Collective document, the original thing that we put together when we thought it might be useful for people to get together in that way. So we're going to review that, because it's probably, I can't remember, it's probably 2 years, it might even be longer since we actually first did that.
Yeah.
It's probably longer, because, when you start thinking about things, you always look back and think, whoa.
I know. Time does just speed on, doesn't it?
It does.
And I think that's one of the other things, just going back, because we jumping about a bit, but we did say about the New Roots Home thing. So New Roots Home is all about the thinking about avoiding institutionalization and helping people to move on from settings that aren't maybe as person-centered, and particularly when people end up there due to a lack of choice or other opportunities. So John and Fran are going to be sharing their paper, and we're launching this website, which is going to be, I think we're quite excited about a lot of people banding together and kind of campaigning to make that quite a practical way forward. We've got a hey from Carinder. Hey, Carinder. I don't know if you've got any questions, Carinder, please ask. So New
Roots Home is essentially about saying people have the right to live in their own home with the right support for them, isn't it? And it is about saying it's not okay for people to be placed into institutional settings often a long way from their own home. And that we all have the same rights, and we all have, and that we can do better than that.
Yeah, we can, and we should do better than that. And that's about us being helpful to one another, but also holding each other account, so that we can actually be practical about that.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
But also coming up with solutions as well. Also coming up with that idea that we can do better than that, and there are different ways of doing things that mean that people can be supported in their own home, no matter.
Yeah, it's not just pointing out what you've not to do, and I think that's what we're all about at In Control Scotland. Is we don't just say what people shouldn't do. We say, what's better, and how can we make that happen with you? How can we all collaborate to make better stuff happen. One of the things that we've said as well as part of that would be about if anybody wants to share any of their stories about anything that they're happy to share, around about their experience of institutional living or that, or moving on from that, that would be really good.
Yeah, because part of what the new website will do will be to share some things around about that, won't it, as well, Alice? It'll share some stories.
Mm-hmm.
It'll share stories of people's some of the people's history and where they've been, but also where they've got to now, won't it? So it'll share some stories of possibility as well.
Yes, and I think, I mean, one of the things we could maybe share a bit of as part of next week's show would maybe be a bit of the stuff off the say like the Ladies Bridge Stories website, which gives little bits about the folk have already shared about their insights about the effects of institutional living on themselves, because that stuff's out there. So we've also got some comments here about using StreamYard from Acuity Disability. Yeah, it's a good platform for getting your message out there. If anybody's keen to talk about anything more in detail, please feel free to get in touch with us, and we could maybe have you on as a guest if there's something that fits with what we're doing, or we're always looking for more guests and folk to talk about their experiences and how they've used, I guess, some of the digital stuff to stay connected and to share important information. Like, I guess we've had Danielle Farrell talking about her last week, talking about her use of reviews of disability aids and things like that.
Yeah, it was only yesterday. It was only yesterday, Alistair.
Yeah, it was this week. Yes, sorry, this week. Yes, that's what happens when I take a day, 2 days off, isn't it? It's
yeah, but it is. I mean, it is that. Isn't it? It's like obviously we'd never used StreamYard until we needed to, like a year ago, and then we looked into the different platforms, and this is where we are often using this as a live streaming opportunity, really just as a way of connecting, as we say, a way of connecting and continuing to connect with people who we wouldn't be able to, who we can no longer meet up with. But it does mean that you can do different things as well, doesn't it? Things that we would have imagined.
Absolutely, and that we can connect with people in different parts of the world. I mean, we've had. We'll talk about some of that stuff when Mark and Chloe come on, because I guess there's been some of that stuff where we've been able to connect things in different regions, but they can now happen to in national.
Okay. Yeah. So what have we said so far to people? We've said if you want to find out about the SDS Collective, get in touch with us. We've said if you have any aspect of your own story or the story of someone close to you that you'd like to share in some way around institutional settings, then get in touch with us. We've said about New Roots Home launching next week, and the paper from Radical Visions, New Roots Home, which is launching next week. And what else? And then we're also going to be launching the New Roots Home website. Yeah,
that's it. And you've got the music session on Friday. The other stuff was the children's events. Events.
Children's events, which will happen as lunchtime sessions on the 24th and 25th of March. So we will be sending a flyer out about that very soon. But if you don't get it and you want to come along, please just get in touch.
Yes. So that's good. Checking as well. Corinda's asking, have you guys used HAPS? I'm not sure. Are you talking about apps or HAPS? I don't know what HAPS is, if it's a different thing. Maybe let us know what that is. And we shall.
That was interesting. Yeah.
Yes, because we're always fighting about lots of different things.
I think HAPS could just be happy apps, couldn't it?
Happy.
Happy apps. Let's use some happy apps. It's better than
It could be perfect. Okay, so we're now joined by our guests. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Good to see you both.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah,
How are you doing this morning?
good.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be better.
It could be better. I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's the thing, isn't it? That's a lot of discussions is about what's good and what could be better. We sometimes do get worse.
Had a coffee, some wide awake. Ready to party.
Well, it's at 11:15, Chloe. Can we go? Okay. Do you want to introduce yourselves anyway? Just start off. Mark, do you want to say first? Then Chloe will come to you as well.
Hello, my name's Mark.
Mm-hmm. And where are you, Mark? Tell us where you are.
I'm from Scotland.
Yeah.
In Glasgow.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Thank you, Chloe.
Hi, my name's Chloe. I'm from Glasgow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So thinking about how did you guys first? Can you remember when you first got in touch with In Control Scotland or found out the stuff we've got on? Because at the moment we kind of probably catch up about 2 or 3 times a week, do we?
Yeah.
Different things.
Yeah.
You've got to be involved in a lot of the digital stuff, and I think that's been one of the things we've been talking about already, is how great it is that in some ways you can get in touch and do more. But can you remember what the first thing was? Was it Feel Good Fridays, or was it watching Webinar Wednesdays, or what was it? Or
Was it not Stay Up? Was it not Stay Up Late? It was. It was the first one. Stay Up Late.
Mm-hmm.
And when you told me come on to Good Friday, and I did come on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so that was interesting. So the Stay Up Late stuff. We've had a couple of different formats for the Stay Up Late stuff, haven't we? We've had the ones where we've had like breakout rooms and folk can have a chat, and make it a bit more like an actual night out. And then to go along with that, Michael and Keith do their monthly live sort of like music sessions for an hour as well.
Yeah.
So one of the things we've been thinking about is just how to kind of recreate as much of that vibe of having a news to people as well as listening to the music, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you first? So was it Citizen Fest first, or was it the Stay Up Late Scotland stuff? Can you remember there, Mark?
Is it the fittings one?
Yeah, it was probably doing the Stay Up Late Scotland event.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. And I see that June's continue the conversation with Corinda there about possibly coming on as a guest. So that's cool. Okay, so just thinking about for you guys, do you want to just share about your lockdown experience as a couple? Because I guess that's one of the things we've talked about is how it's affected. Who wants to go first?
I let Chloe go first.
It's been quite difficult. Can't see him at all. It's quite hard. We're missing them loads as well. But we've not like seen each other since last year. And it's been really difficult for the both of us because both of us are missing each other mad, and we've not seen each other at all. Not seeing Mark is very difficult because I can't see him at all. I can't see my own fiance at all. It's been difficult for us. And the last time that I saw him was when we went out for a walk, and it was like distancing. I'm like, I really don't like this. Like, I feel like I just want to just like give him a hug. Because the pair of us were looking at each other thinking we just want to just like hug each other. We're about to cry.
And that's a tricky thing, isn't it? Because we had a bit of a discussion about like you can catch up obviously with one other person and meet, but then the issue with some of the bubbles things about who you can be in a bubble with is because part of the issue is like Mark, you share with other people, so and you've already got in a bubble with your folks. So there's so many rules and it's so complicated. That's one of the things, isn't it? It's so complicated to try and work out whether you're being safe, whether you're following the rules.
Yeah. And you haven't been vaccinated yet, have you?
No.
I've
not had my letter through yet. My mum's trying to get that sorted.
Yeah. And you haven't, have you, Mark?
No, I've not had mine yet. I'm just waiting for the letter to come through.
Yeah. What do you think about? Are you both keen on getting vaccinated?
Yes.
Yeah, I've had loads of jags.
I've had
loads of jags in school as well, so I know.
I've been told about it. They said to me, you should get vaccinated and be safe. I said, okay.
Yeah.
That's my whole experience of not seeing them, and it's just been really difficult.
Yeah. No, it is. It's tricky, isn't it? Because if you've got staff and you've got the staff people, or they, there's so many rules, isn't there? It is really tricky, isn't it?
I go to my my mum and dad, and I go I just want to go near my other half, but I can't go near them just because of this. And I went up to see him. I think it was Wednesday.
Yeah, to chop something off.
Wednesday. I was chopping something off, and he was speaking to me through a window. And he's like that to me. I wish that I could just cuddle you. Because he's missing me madly, and sometimes he's a wee bit down. Sometimes I am as well, because he's just missing me loads.
Yeah, and absolutely that it's been so hard for lots of folk who to try and make this happen, and some people have managed to connect up and be part of a bubble, and some folk haven't. And I guess that's we're just saying there that's approaching a year since almost a year since the start of lockdown, and very few chances to really catch up with people in person, certainly up close.
What were you? Is there anything you want to add to what Chloe's been saying there, Mark?
It's been very hard for me. I cannot go and see my friend or fiance, and it's a strange time for me because I've been up and down so, and sometimes I'm there or there, can't see fiance. It's been very hard for me. I wasn't going to say this to say it's been a long time. Yeah, very long.
Yeah, it has been a long time, hasn't it?
Can't see friends and family. That's it. And fiance here.
Yeah, because when we first went into that when everybody started, nobody would ever have dreamed or imagined that a year on would.
No, so I mean, I did say when people asked me to start with, I thought they were being optimistic, and I said I thought it would be summer. I thought it'd be 6 months. That was what I said to people, just off the top of my head. But I thought I did think it would be a bit, but I never thought a year. To be honest, I never thought a year.
I done this. Oh, that's long. I done that. Oh,
yeah, I know. Because our office is with Neighbourhood Networks, with an organisation called Neighbourhood Networks. And I remember when we were going into that first lockdown, and people were saying, "We're not. It'll probably be a couple of months before we see that sort of thing."
Yeah.
I'm thinking, "Whoa, I'm sure I'll see it before that," but we haven't. So there we are. Yeah. Apart from online, of course, which is like we say, isn't like you could. It's not like giving a hug, is it, Chloe? But at least you do get to talk. At least you can still get to talk about things.
Yeah.
it's been quite difficult because I know where my fiance's coming from as well. Sometimes I'm like that, or down below, or so. But it's been quite hard for the both of us. But the pair of us as a couple have been very positive and keeping ourselves strong.
And that's an important thing, isn't it? You guys have really thrown yourself into a lot of the digital stuff, a lot of the exciting and different things that are going on online, and you contributing as well. Just before we move on, because we were talking about waiting for the COVID vaccine letters, and obviously now that the government's made the decision to vaccinate, to up the rating for everyone with a learning disability. As Karinda was asking as well about asking how many people know about COVID.
I know a friend. That's one of my friends.
Oh yeah, Karinda, yeah.
And you've got no clue too.
Yeah. So that it's important that people know about the vaccines and also that they get the right information, and also I suppose it's that thing about just keeping an eye on whether folk have got their invitation letters, that they are getting prioritised and they're not being missed out.
Yeah.
So we really hope that comes through soon.
Yeah. It's been quite hard because during the Christmas period and the New Year period, he could not see me at all. It was like on it was like on Zoom. But the pair of us were like, he was looking at me thinking, I wishes I was there with him.
Yeah.
And I'm usually there with him in New Year, but it's like, no, I can't be with him.
No.
I have to be in my house myself in New Year. Just have alcohol with myself.
You tell him about yourself,
Yes.
I had to do a Zoom call that day with some people on and fiance on.
Yeah.
He found it very difficult, to be honest, because he was one of his support staff said, "Oh, if Chloe was here, you two would have a good time and you guys would be okay." But they basically said a lot that because they got alcohol in as well, and they thought everything will be fine, but no, nothing wasn't fine. And his support staff said to him, "Oh, don't worry about it. You'll see her soon."
And that's a tricky thing, isn't it, with drink, and because it can sometimes make you feel happy, but sometimes it can make you feel inside. It can make you feel worse. So it's not the best drinking on your own, really, as well as
Yeah.
So some of the positive stuff you've done is
sometimes it can make you feel happy at the time and then sad afterwards as well, can't it? So yeah.
Just have a bowl of soup and make you.
What?
Have a bowl of soup, and then
have a bowl of soup.
That's nice. There you go.
The other thing I wanted to say was, I mean, obviously it's okay for people to feel up and down, isn't it? Because you're bound to feel up and down. So it's just like thinking, well, that's just natural. It's natural. Everybody's going to feel like that when you're so restricted and when you can't do some of the things that are really important to you, like for you two meeting up. So yeah,
and that's just June sharing the latest information about vaccinations. If anybody wants to look that up, The
other thing, sorry, just to say this one as well. The other thing June's good at is sharing the information about the Clear Your Head campaign, which is just gives you those things about just things that sometimes might help. Just because for me, I've probably said this loads of times. For me, the thing that helps is getting out just to have a bit of fresh air sometimes. Even if you have to do it by yourself. Seeing how the trees change, the little flowers come up. They're the things that think, okay, well, maybe this helps you to balance a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. That's it. The outside, fresh air, a bit of nature, whatever works for you. And I think you guys throw yourselves into a lot of digital stuff as well.
I love my digital stuff.
Yes. So Mark, do you say about your DJing that you do?
I do a bit of DJing on a Friday and been keeping people occupied and people have been coming on. About 12 or 19 on. Quite good. I said to say, what should I do before I started? I say, I'm going to start this, make my own Zoom account, get people in my room and that, and that's what I've been doing. And at first, I didn't know how to use them. Now I know how to use Zoom, know how to use Messenger. I always use Messenger. And the group, I've been added in groups. I didn't say, who's this? And they say, I'm in this group. I say, okay. And Good Friday, I come on to with Alistair, some of the people I didn't met. I introduced myself. Quite good to connect to people.
Yeah, well, it's small.
William too.
Yeah. That's our Feel Good Friday things. 1 o'clock on a every Friday, and we kept that going through Christmas and New Year because we recognised that folk were feeling a bit meh about stuff, weren't they? Really, you know.
Yeah.
So it was good to keep chatting to one another and having a laugh and keeping ourselves going. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're also part of the SELD Stay in Touch things, aren't you, as well? You sometimes post in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chloe, do you are you part of that one as well?
I added her to the group.
You're not maybe just not as active with it, but yeah, okay. What other stuff really helps? What other groups?
Can I ask you about your DJing though, Mark?
All right, okay, go for it.
What are you saying?
I'm just asking about do you do it on Zoom? Do you do the DJing on Zoom? Is that what you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if anybody, how do people find out about what you're doing? How do people join?
I put the link up. One of the groups on my Facebook.
Oh, right.
I got a group. People got a lot of people on it, and I put the link in one of the groups. I say, can I do that? And they say, yeah, put that on, and that's how they find out.
Okay, excellent. Thanks.
Yeah, it's a group that well, me and my friends were sitting down, and because we didn't have anything that was going on because we were in a situation just now. So then both of us were sitting down one night and we said, oh, we should do like a group and get all our friends on it. So that's what we got. We got all our friends on it, and we managed to get all our friends together. And I asked some of my friends, and he asked some of his, and all of them said, yeah, that's fine. So we done this group, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
What do you call it? What do you call it? Have you got a name for it?
Yeah,
DJ Live.
DJ Live.
No, DJ Live Tribute. DJ Night.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. So and you've also got involved with like No Labels, No Walls stuff as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. A lot of speakers. Very interesting. All the time, every Monday you have to be muted because the feedback comes. If anybody want to be interested, you just type their name in. It's very good.
I don't understand.
Very interesting.
I don't understand.
Every Monday.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I don't understand some of the people's names and labels.
Oh yeah, that's always a comedy moment, isn't it? When you have to be the host and you have to try and work out. Yeah,
because there's people from all around the world, isn't there, joining that? Yeah. Particularly, probably mostly people from the United States and from Finland, but also people from other places, like from other parts of Europe, isn't there? Sometimes we have people from Poland or Austria or Germany as well. Yeah. And each week's different, isn't it? So like each week you've got a different presentation, and I think sometimes some of them are more interesting than others. Some of them are more fun than others.
Very varied, isn't it? I mean, we've had stuff about citizenship, stuff about art and music, sometimes are things about like universal basic income, all sorts of environmental governance even. I mean, there's absolutely lots of different stuff, you know. So it's just you come along to whatever ones you're interested in.
Yeah. This Monday it was Fionathan, Alistair.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, it's Fionathan talking about their plans for changing the way that organisations for people with Down syndrome are managed and run, and having people with personal lived experience themselves in management and positions like link as board on the boards of directors and things like that. So that was a discussion there. That was interesting.
I'll watch that after the fact, because I usually come every week, but because I had Monday and Tuesday off, I decided I was just staying away from the computer altogether. But I'll watch them on catch up, because that's the other thing, you can watch them on Citizen Network TV now.
Yeah. I was going to ask. Sorry, is that okay? You going to ask me else? I was just going to ask what's your favourite thing been, or was that what you were asking anyway, Alistair?
No, that's right. Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favourite thing been online then? Chloe, do you want to do it first then, Mark?
Yeah.
Well, my favourite thing of being online is seeing my fiance online, like on Zoom, and going to meetings as well and seeing other people. But I like seeing my fiance and stuff because he keeps me safe online.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Mark?
It's good to connect to people online. When someone told me that should do this and this, and I get to see my fiance, get to see friends, it's good to keep connected. I know it's not the same face to face. I know I'm getting something to do on the platform.
And have you guys, do you guys feel that it's safe enough? Because I think before lockdown, a lot of people with learning disabilities were encouraged not to join groups, not to do things online, because the world was a scary place and it was full of people who, you know what I mean? And I think you've still to be careful. But I think one of the things that we've recognised with the Stay in Touch group and Feel Good Fridays and Stay Up Late and stuff is these are, quite safe spaces. There's lots of people around, and I personally have had a really good laugh meeting folk and building up, getting to know one another, and exploring topics and hearing your thoughts, and I think that's been really good for people's confidence that they can use the digital space in a way that's not, not be fearful, really. And like you say, you've developed your skills about being able to run Zoom, and you would know how to kick somebody out if they were not behaving themselves at your DJ. Have you ever had to do that? Have you ever had to kick anybody out?
Yes, and yes, and it will say to me when I record it, this meeting has been recorded.
Yes.
And I tell you something, mute them or turn the camera off. I did that a couple of times, mute them and turn the camera off.
Okay, so there are ways that you can take control if things don't go well, but that's
sometimes I help him with that too, because if he goes down the stairs, for example, or gets a drink and he comes back up and he goes to me, keep an eye on it just now, and I go, okay.
Could I make her a co-host?
Yeah. So I keep an eye on it, and then if somebody's really cheeky, I have to mute them. Because I've muted somebody a couple of times, they're just not listening at all.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
And so that's, you give people a chance, and it's like everything else. If they don't behave themselves, then you have to sort it out for everybody. And just one other thing that you guys got involved with before.
I was reflecting on last week there, Alistair.
Were you? Yeah.
Yeah, well, last week we were saying enough is enough, and we've got to get out of here, weren't we? So
we've got to get out of here.
Who said that? Enough is enough.
It was the name of an organisation that that we were talking to last week, or a campaign anyway, rather.
Yeah. So one of the other things you've been involved with as well, because you were interviewed, Chloe, for the BBC for Dates and Mates.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that was the whole thing. Even before COVID, even before all of this, it sometimes has been harder for folk with disabilities to meet up and to find people. And again, we've just been talking about confidence online, but confidence to meet somebody different. And sometimes maybe friends or family might say, "Oh, you need to be careful," that kind of stuff.
Yeah. When I was on the news, what actually happened I got a text from Paul McAvenny from England Me Too, and he said to me, right, Chloe, you're going to be on the news, and I said, you're joking me on, and I'm like, no. I said, you're seriously joking me? And he was like, no, yeah, I'm not joking you. And then, and then the next minute, I had 2 cameras in my room. I got my makeup on, and my mum was with me in my room as well. And I was talking about my disability and how I'm coped and how I cope with it as well, because I'm different from other people. But the news what I did was really good, because the nightclub that we go to, it's for people with special needs, and I was saying, well, people with special needs should enjoy themselves with the club and get more people involved with it as well. But I was walking down my street like a model that night, and I was very proud of myself. And then like the girl asked, "What's your favourite drink?" I said pink gin, and then she said, "Oh, it's a good girls' night out to have a pink gin." But it was that was a good experience of being on the news, and I was interviewed on the news as well, and they put me on the TV, and then there was at one point that they said to Mum that I was really, really brave.
Aye, that was really great. No, it was a good little video, so it's good to have your story out there.
Yeah, it was good, and then but it was really good because my own club chose me to do that, and they knew the way that I am as well, and they said that I was really, really brave. Because Paul McAvenny said to me that you've done a really good job with that, and that night somebody bought me a pink gin that night.
Oh, well, that's good.
And I'm like, okay, and then I had drinks all around me with pink gin.
You were the celebrity that night. Yeah, you were the celebrity that night then, Chloe.
I was the celebrity that night, and I had like some of my friends were around a VIP table, and I'm like, what's going on here? And then my fiance bought me a drink that night as well.
So is that what you're looking forward to about most? A pink gin together?
Yeah.
I was just going to ask a question of you both. How did you both meet in the first place?
Want me to start or Chloe to start?
Doesn't matter. Whoever wants.
I start. We met at college when I was at school,
right.
and I went to the college course, and I walked in, sat down, started somewhat, nip in break time, and I stand up, and this girl came up to me and said, "Hello there, my name's Chloe." I said, "My name's Mark." Done that first, we're friends at the time, and she said, "Can I get your number?" I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Where do you live?" "I live in Glasgow." Saying, "Would you want to have me on Facebook?" I said, "Yeah." And she saying all this kind of stuff. I said, "I'm gonna go to the canteen and have a cup of tea." I said, yeah. And she saying, "We need to meet up time." I said, "Yeah, we should." And that's how we met at college course.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, I was a bit shy at point. Yeah, and she said, "Do not be shy."
How long ago was that, Mark?
Oh, when was that? Oh, 2018, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2018.
Okay. Which is 3 years ago now, because it's hard to work out, isn't it? But
yeah.
We haven't forgotten about the last year. Let's forget about the last year. Yeah. We've got somebody from who's messaged in from England there, look, saying that. So sorry. You do it, Alistair.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So that's the chair of a trustee of Just Good Friends. So we need to maybe catch up. So George, we'll maybe message you outside of this and get your details, and maybe we could have a chat about that, because that being connected on video and is really important. And I guess that's one of the things that you're saying. People meet each other a lot of the time. They meet each other through the workplace or through shared spaces. So college is that, is a great, no pressure way to meet up.
So tell me how you thought when I walked through the doors, babes.
I don't know how that girl come first. I don't know you, do I? When I said that to her, I said, do I know you?
Oh, that's a smooth line, that. Do I know you?
No. And she came up to me and said, I'm Chloe. I done that. I got a wee bit, who's this coming up to me? And then something people asked me out here.
That was nice.
Okay.
That's it. So just having those spaces to be able to meet people, to connect, whether it's friendship or whether it's romance, it's really important. Okay, well, any final thoughts anybody's got? Go on then, Chloe.
When I first met my fiance, we were friends at the time, and when I walked through the doors, this was my reaction. I said to myself, "Who's this boy coming up to me when I'm trying to do my college schooling work?" And then he came up to me, and he sat next to me in class, and then he said to me, "I fancy you." He fancied me, and I'm like, I think this boy likes me. And then we were talking. I gave him my number, he gave me his, and then that's when we had like a click, and the pair of us were happy.
Okay. I'm just gonna ask you just before we go, just our last question. So you answer first, Mark, then Chloe. Just tell us something you're looking forward to when you can get out and about. What's the thing you're looking forward to most?
Go to the pub with Chloe and have a lunch together. A pub lunch.
That's nice.
Back to normality.
Yeah, that sounds nice. It sounds like a nice simple thing, doesn't it? But just something you haven't been able to do for a long time. And Chloe, what would you say?
I know that girl.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, Lily.
What about you, Chloe? What would you say?
I can't wait to talk to my fiance and not letting him go. I can't wait to go out for a bit of lunch with him and go to a pub as well.
Brilliant.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks. Alistair, what about you?
Yeah. Well, it's that thing about you just being in a room with more than one person as well who isn't in your group. It would be great to have just even a family meal. I think that would be good. Because it's just so fragmented at the moment. You can see one person at a time. Like the other day, I had a dog walk with my sister. For the first time in ages. But I can't really see. You can only ever see one of them at a time.
No. I know, but it's rather strange having a dog as your sister. Sorry, Alistair.
These are the things we don't miss.
Yeah. Okay.
Luckily, there was no restriction on the number of dogs because we had 3 dogs and 2 humans.
All right. Okay, that's good. Yeah. For me, it's probably just being able to see me daughters and their partners again that I haven't been able to see, because it feels like one of my daughters is only in Edinburgh, but I can't see her, and they're all in different places, but that'll be the thing. And then planning to do other things, just planning to do other things, planning to travel or go to different places and then do some ordinary things like go and have a pizza and sit down and have it and things.
Go in different places, definitely. Going a bit further because I'm in Aberdeen City, and of course, it's not that big, so I like getting up the hills. So I'm running out of hills to climb.
Yeah.
So that would be good. Okay, perfect. Well, thanks everybody.
Before I say, hopefully I get back on. hopefully I get back on soon. We'll come back on again, hopefully.
Well, thanks for joining us, and
Yeah,
no problem.
we'll see you on Feel Good Friday, and
See you on Friday.
hopefully see you at No Labels and the other Stay Up Late stuff as well.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Thank you for having us.
No, it's lovely to have
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Yeah, so we would thank you. We would just say if anybody's interested in joining Feel Good Friday, they should get in touch with you. Get in touch with us, Alistair. If anybody else has watched it today and thinks I'd like to join, get in touch with us. We've got next Tuesday, we've got Michael doing Tuesday talks at 2 p.m. And we'll be back on webinar Wednesday, next Wednesday with John Dalrymple and Fran Brown.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Okay.
All right. See you next time. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.